Hello and welcome students. Spring 2015 Math 1325, that's Math for Business 2. I'm making this orientation video as a way to communicate the requirements of this course to you. My name is Robert D. Giovanni. I'm the instructor for the class. And what I'm going to do is take you through step by step, showing you where you go to do your coursework, how this course is set up. Hopefully I'll answer any questions you have. If at the end of this video you feel like there's more information that you need, please contact me through Canvas email, and I'd be happy to answer your questions. So first of all, if you're new to Northwest Vista College, if you go to our main website, you click on this tab, Log into ACES. This is where you're going to go to get to our course. Now, if you don't know your logon information, you can get that information here. Going to assume you know how to do this. So let me log in. And your screen will look similar to this one here. And what you want to do is you want to click on your courses. And then you want to make sure you're looking in the appropriate semester. So we're spring 2015. It should list your courses that you're enrolled in. These are the courses I'm teaching. And the class that this orientation video is about is this one right here. So Math for Business and Social Sciences 2. It's Math 1325, Section 22. Okay, when you click on that, it's going to take you to what's called Canvas. Now, Canvas is our course management system that we use for most of our courses. So even if you're not doing another online course, you're just in a traditional face-to-face course, all classes should be using this platform to deliver the course. All right, so this main page here, I'm going to take you through all this. What I want to do first is go up and show you this thing called settings. And this is an important thing if you have not set this up. It's an important thing for you to do in the very beginning, because what it allows you to do is determine how you want to communicate. So Canvas has its own built-in inbox, as you can see up here, where you'll receive emails from me and your other course instructors. However, if you want to get an alert to like a Yahoo email account or something, what you can do is you can click on Add an Email Address, go ahead and put it in there, and you'll register the email. Now what that does is it allows you to make some selections where if, let's say, I send you something in your inbox through Canvas, but you don't come in here every day and check it, it'll automatically go to your Yahoo account or Hotmail. You can also set up cell phone text messaging where you can choose to be alerted by text that you have something in your inbox. So once you've set that up, then you can click on notifications. Now this is important because this is where you actually determine how it is you want those alternative contact information here, or contacts to be notified. So as you can see right now, I'm using my alamo.edu account. That's where I get, if there's an announcement in the class or something, I'll get that immediately. I can change it to send it to me in a daily summary. I can do it weekly, so on and so forth. And I can do that for all the different types of things that can happen within a course. And then I can come over here to my Yahoo account and I can say, oh, hey, look, if a due date changes, let me get that to this. Let me get a notification right away to my Yahoo account. Now, I actually don't want that. Or I could do text message. Now, the one drawback to this is that these settings are global. So if you have 5 different classes, you cannot set these up for each class. It's whatever you do is going to apply to every course you're in. So if you get an announcement in this course and you have it set up to notify it right away, that means if you get an announcement in another course, it's going to do the exact same thing. So set that all up first. You can also go to your profile. You can edit your profile, put a picture in, write some information about yourself. That's all kind of up to you. All right, so that's the settings. Now, you also have what's called the inbox, and when you have email, you'll see a little number appear over here. It shows you how many you have. So let me click on the inbox, and I can kind of show you the way this is set up. Let me see if I can make this fit onto the screen a little better. So what you have here on the left side are is like all your conversations with different people. If it has a blue dot next to it, let me click it. Well, gray dot in this case. That means that it hasn't been checked. I believe it'll be blue if it's the first time you've read it. So if you see a blue dot there, it's new mail. So I'm going to mark that as red. And I do not. There we go. So let's say you come in here and you want to write an email to me. What you do is you click on the Compose New Message. You select the course, let's say Math 1325, and then you come over here and you say, well, who do I want to send this to? And you should get these different options. And select Teachers, and there I am. Then you type in the subject, whatever it is. I always say click this Send an Individual Message. What that'll do is it'll make it so that when you go back, if you were to want to search for messages, it makes it easier to find them because it makes it an individual message as opposed to putting it into a group. And that doesn't make a whole lot of sense now, but from an instructor's point of view, this is the safest way to go. So I always tell my students do that also. Then type your message in here. You can have an attachment if you'd like. So if you need to scan something and email it to me, you can. You can also do a webcam video, which I'm not going to click on because it'll turn my webcam on. And then you just send it. Okay. Now, if you want to go back and look at what you've sent, you can change your, look at your sent items, et cetera, et cetera. Let me see if there's anything else here I want to show you. No, that's pretty much it. But this is our main communication in the course. All right, everything is going to happen. When I say all communication is done through Canvas, this is what I'm referring to. All right, so let's get to your course. Let's go back there. Everything I just showed you up here with settings and inbox, that's really for Canvas. It's not specific to this course. So now I want you to look at our course, and right now we're looking at it from the instructor view. So I'm going to switch over real quick to your view and what you would see. All right. So this is what you'll see when you enter the course. It's our main home page for the class. This is the orientation video. This is what you're actually watching right now. But if you need to go back and watch it again, here's where it is. You just click on it. It'll take you to YouTube. Watch the video. You also have the syllabus here. This is where you go to do your homework. And then there's this thing called BioSig verification assignments. I'll get to all this in a moment. Let me start with the syllabus. So clicking on the syllabus is going to take you to this thing called Concourse. And let me run through this. This is our one opportunity to go through what the requirements of the course are. And I try and be as specific as possible. That way there's no gray areas on things. I realize you can read, but I will go through this. This is an internet course, but it's not a true internet course in the sense that you don't do everything at home. You do have to take 2 face-to-face examinations. They are scheduled right now for Saturday, March 28th. That's a Saturday at 9 a.m. in Juniper Hall, room 111A at Northwest Vista College. So you actually have to physically come in and take a test. The test will be done on a computer, but you will have to show ID and verify you are who you say you are. Exam 4, which is the final, is going to be Saturday, May 16th at 9 a.m., same place. You need to allow yourself 3 to 4 hours to take the exam. So usually you come in at 9, you'll be done by like 12, 1 o'clock. In the event you live out of town or something comes up where you know you aren't going to be around to take the test, you can do it elsewhere, but you must secure a proctor for the exam. A local school or library can usually administer an exam for you. They must allow access to a computer. Once you find a place that is willing to proctor the exam, then you need to contact me, email me through Canvas, all the proctor's contact information. So I need their name, I need their phone number, I need their email address, where they're located, when you plan on taking the test, and I will take it from there. I will contact them and make sure that they are a legitimate proctor. Usually, most schools have a testing center, so I would recommend just contacting something local to you and then going there and setting it up. I must have that proctor information 2 weeks prior to the exam. So, you know, this exam here is on March 28th. 2 weeks prior to that, you need to have given me all the information for the proctor. So I need to know ahead of time that you need to take the test somewhere else. Now, the reason is because it usually takes me a week to communicate back and forth with the proctor, and I have, you know, 3 different internet courses, so I get lots of requests for this, and it takes a lot of time. So give me the 2-week notice, and I'll be happy to take care of that for you. What else should I say about the proctors? Proctors can't be friends of yours, obviously. I need to make sure that this is a fair playing field for everyone, and so just, you know, make sure that you pick a location, a library, or call it a campus, where there's not going to be any sort of question on my part as to whether or not this is an authentic proctor. All right, a little bit about the course. The last day to drop the course is given here. If you want me to drop you, please email your request 24 hours prior to that deadline. So I can drop you electronically, but you need to request that and give me a little time to do it, because once the deadline comes, I can't do it. All right, a little bit about the math department. That's the math department office location and phone number. That's not my information, but if you need to contact the department, that's their info there. Now, again, my name is Robert DiGiovanni. I can be reached at this email address, but that's the same. When you send me that thing through Canvas, like I showed you a little while ago, it has the same effect. Please send everything to me through Canvas, so don't go send me stuff from your Hotmail account. Yeah, let me be real clear on that. Do not send me stuff from your Hotmail or Yahoo account. Most of the time, it will get spammed. I've had students that have been, you know, they call the math department, they complain, oh, my instructor has not been answering my emails, la, 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 la. And then it turns out that they've been sending me stuff through their Hotmail account. I go look in my quarantined, spammed messages, and then I see, you know, 8 emails from a student that never came to me. So it's your responsibility to make sure that you are using Canvas as our primary communication. Now, I also include my cell phone number. Because it's my cell phone, I do receive texts. And so feel free to text me. Just make sure you include your name and the course, and or else I will not respond to you. So here's an example. Hey, this is Robert DiGiovanni from Math 1324. Can I help you, or, you know, can I call you for some help or something like that? Also, even though texting and calling me is the quickest way and a very easy way to get in touch with me, it is by no means our official means of communication. Right? Everything has to be done officially through Canvas. So if you're gonna send me a text saying, you know, can you drop me from the class, or I didn't make a deadline, can you please extend the quiz for me, or something like that, then you need to send that through as an email. You can send me the text just to give me a heads up, but email is the way to go. All right, now office hours. I am teaching classes face-to-face on campus. I am a full-time instructor at Northwest Vista College, so I will be there every day of the week. But because of the courses I teach and other obligations, these are my office hours. I have 10 office hours per week. They are as follows: Mondays through Thursdays from 10 to 11 a.m. in Juniper Hall 1110. On Mondays and Wednesdays, I will actually be there from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. On Fridays from 10 to noon, and you can also schedule appointments on Fridays. Now, what these office hours mean is that if you're on campus and you just want to come by and get some help, sit down, do some homework, and, you know, my office has a couple of desks out in front in the hallway. Students come and sit there and they do their work. If they have questions, they knock on my door, they come in, you know, we get through the problem together. So this is an opportunity for you to get free help if you're on campus. Now, what you need for the class, you'll need an access code. You do not need to buy a book, and this is going to be explained in just a moment when I get through some other parts of this video. You also must have a scientific calculator for the class. So graphing calculator is fine, but you must be able to do like exponentials and logs. So basic 4-function calculator won't work. In addition, you're not allowed to use your phone when you come in for those on-campus tests. You can't use your phone as a calculator. So because of that, get used to using some scientific calculator that you will bring to the exam, because I would hate for you to show up for the midterm or final and be like, hey, I've been using my phone at home, but now I'm borrowing my friend's calculator. I've never used it. Can you help me? And I won't be able to help you at that point. Okay, you are also required to keep a binder. Now this is one of the things that I've done here in this course. This binder is for you. It is to help you stay organized in this class. It is to help you have a good place to go back and reference this stuff. And then after the semester is over, you'll have all your work in one place. If you ever need to go back and look at something, it'll be there. So in the past, binders, students that have really good binders usually do pretty well in the class. All right, I recommend for this binder that it be a 2 to 3 inch binder because you're going to have a lot of material in here. I have a table of contents of the things that have to be in the binder. They are in Canvas under Files. I'll show that to you in a moment. You must turn in this binder at exam 4. Okay, I will only collect it at the end of the semester, so you don't have to take it, bring it to exam 2. Right, I'm going to collect it at exam 4 in order for any of your online work to count. So what this means is that if you get hundreds on everything that you've done online, but you come in for the final exam and you don't have a binder, you're just like, hey, I never kept a binder. Oops, I forgot about it, then what happens is everything that you had hundreds on becomes zeros. And I've had students complain to me about this, but this is a requirement of the course. I need to see your handwritten work that goes with the math that you did online. So I need handwritten work for quizzes and exams. No work, no credit. This is also a way for you to get extra credit in the class. People love extra credit. The neater the binder, the more organized, the more effort you put into it, the more you'll get for it. So even though it's only 5% of your grade, I've been known to actually use this to curve students' grades with really good, if they have really good binders. So I will determine what a really good binder is. If you want to see an example of a really good binder, you can come by my office and I'll show you, what would qualify for extra credit. Notice in here I say handwritten quizzes and exams. I do not put homework. That's because if you do your handwritten homework in the binder, it is extra credit. But that'll be explained when I get to the actual table of contents. So make sure you're aware of this binder. Do not forget about it. And keep all your work together there. We won't have any issues. All right, description of the course. This course introduces or includes limits, continuity, derivatives, blah, 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 blah. A lot of this doesn't make sense at this point. I will just say this about the course. We start with limits. It's a very unusual idea, and usually students get a little hung up on it in the beginning. Just realize that it does get a little better. After you get through limits, the rest of it, is a little bit easier to grasp. So if you feel like you're stumbling in the beginning, don't worry about it. It's pretty normal. Also, I will say that this course is very disconnected from Math 1324, so there's not a whole lot that you need from the prerequisite for this class in order to do this class. You should have passed 1324 with a C or better, or somehow been placed in here. Core objectives are here, outcomes are here, evaluation. So standard grading scale, I do curve up. If you have 90, if you have an 89.5, I'm going to make that an A. Breakdown. Okay, so all the homeworks you do at home, all of them together, 15% of your grade. All the quizzes you do at home on the computer, 20% of your grade. You take 2 exams at home, exam 1 and 3, those are each 10%. You do your on-campus face-to-face exam, 20%, on-campus face-to-face, 20%, and then your binder's 5. So that's the breakdown of the grade. So 40% of the course is done face-to-face, 60% of the course is done at home. Policies, orientation videos. So students do not have to attend an orientation, but they must watch this video. So you're doing that now. Now I say it's located here. Don't worry about that. I forgot to remove that. It's linked. If you're watching it, then you don't need the link, do you? All right. The other policy. This is important. This is something that we started last semester. It's new. You're required to verify your identity 8 times throughout the semester using this thing called BioSig. These assignments can be accessed through the course homepage. Very important. Failure to verify your identity may result in a failing grade in this course. I'm going to show you this but it's your responsibility to make sure you're doing these assignments, and I have the dates that they're due and everything else. So just be aware of this. It is a requirement of the course. Your homeworks, I'm going to show you how this all works. Just keep in mind that your homeworks are due at 11:59 p.m. of the due date. If you miss a due date, there's an automatic 5% penalty for each day it's late. So it's okay to be late on homework, but you're going to be docked 5% each day. You get 3 tries at each problem. I'm going to show you that, so don't worry too much about this part of it. Quizzes, there will be quizzes each week, or sometimes they're not every week, they're every other week. Again, those are available until 11:59, and I'll show you how those work. The online exams, also due at 11:59. Check your schedule to see when they're due. And then the on-campus exams. You must come to those 2 exams. You're allowed to use a cheat sheet on these exams. That means you can have one 8.5 by 11-inch sheet of paper, front and back. You may put any formulas or helpful steps, procedures on the sheet. You are not allowed to have worked out problems. So this is more like a reference sheet. All right, so make sure you bring that to the exam. And don't forget about it, because I probably won't remind you about it. You also need to bring pencils, calculator, ID, and cheat sheet to the exam. You also need to know your banner ID in order to gain access to the exam. Do not bring other things to the exam like purses and backpacks, because you will not be allowed to have them during the time of the test. So if you bring a purse, you're going to have to leave it in a secured room while you are testing. Before your on-campus exams, I post reviews for those exams. All right, they are part of your grade. I'll show you where they are. For exams 1 and 3, you do not get a review because you're at home. You have all your work there with you. You have your binder. You have all that guidance. So I don't give you any guidance as to what to expect on the exam. Only on exam 2 and 4. All right, missed exams. Students who find they are unable to be at an exam have to contact me as soon as possible. All right, and then I'll work with you as long as you contact me as soon as you knew you couldn't be there. You can't just call me up and be like, oh, I forgot that there was a midterm today. I need a reason. All right. If you need help, this is help if you're having technical problems. Okay, this is not for math help. This is technical issues with the website that you go to do your homework. This is the 800 number. I know that this company is very busy and overwhelmed a lot, especially in the beginning of the semester. So just keep in mind, you might be on hold for quite a while. Response time. For me, I try and respond to emails within 24 hours. The fastest way to get help is to click this button called Ask My Instructor. I'll show that to you. And then always remember you can contact me by my cell phone. Common sense stuff. If you don't want to be in this class anymore, you need to withdraw from the class, or you need to request to be withdrawn. So you need to call me up, or call me up, text me, or email me or something to let me know that you don't want to be in the class. Remember, officially though, I have to have an email that says you don't want to be in the class. Etiquette, just make sure that everything you're doing online is legit. You're not sitting here disrespecting others or sending crap to, links to YouTube videos that have nothing to do with the class through our email system. Now, very, very, very important part here. I understand that life, gets in the way of school sometimes. In fact, the fact that you're taking an internet course probably means that you work or that you have other commitments that don't allow you to be on campus for a class. I'm aware of that, okay? So I'm a human being. The most important thing is to let me know. If you're having issues, please just contact me and let's talk. A lot of times what I'm finding more recently within the last few years is that students are just putting way too much on their plate. They're taking 12, 15 hours of courses. They're working 40-hour weeks. They have families and kids, and it's just too much for any one person to do. So they struggle, and then they wonder why, and it's very simple. It's just time management. There's just not enough time. So if life is getting in the way of your academics, please let me know, and maybe we can find some resolution to your problem. All right, now, this right here is just a guide as to how I recommend you go about learning in this class. You read the textbook, you watch the videos, you attempt homework problems, you look at the problem, you ask the computer for help. And now, once I go through and show you the actual system, you'll understand this a little more, but this is kind of like my guide. The biggest thing for getting help, though, is that you have to reach out. I mean, if you're struggling with this material, you're trying to learn math online. It's not easy that way. You've got to reach out for help. You got to go to the tutoring lab. You got to post discussions within our class discussion board. Ask other students for help. Help each other out. Contact me for help. All right. I've given you all the things that you need here as far as ways to get to me if you need to. A lot of times it's just a little push in the right direction, and once I get you going, you're okay. So I'm never going to call you up on a Saturday night and be like, hey, you know, you need some help with your math. No, I will not. In fact, when you email me, you know, pretty much if you email me and you don't have a question for me, I very rarely respond. It's only when you have a specific question that I will answer you. So I'm not going to bug you to do math, but please know I'm here. I will meet you halfway for sure. Now, scholastic dishonesty, the consequences for cheating are that you receive an F in this class. So if for some reason you're caught cheating in this class, just realize the consequences. Here's tutoring information, 6-drop rule, this Texas legislature thing adopted back in 2007. You can read about that. And then the all-important schedule. So I broke up your schedule into 2 different things. First of all, the BioSig assignments, those are the things that you have to do that verify you are who you say you are. And then you have your homework, quizzes, and exams. So it's about every 2 weeks you have to log on and you have to verify you are who you say you are. And then your homeworks are set here. Here's the homework. The first one is due on the 23rd of January at 11:59. This is just a very simple question. It just says, you know, yes, I've read the syllabus. I understand the requirements of the course. It's a 1-question homework assignment. So I call it homework 0. Everybody has to do that assignment. That's also how I verify that you are in the course and doing work. So that's due on the 23rd of January. Then after that, everything is laid out sequentially. You can tell when quizzes come. Here's the first exam, more homework, more quizzes, spring break, homework quiz. Here's your on-campus exam. You can see the review for that exam too. It's here. Last day to drop, more quizzes and homework. Here's your test 3, more homework, quiz, and then here's your review for the final, and then here's your final. So you've got the whole semester laid out. If you work a job where you work on Saturdays, you know, you can now have, you know, 2 months heads up to go try and, you know, get that day off so you can come in and take that exam. You know, it's all here for you. Here's some additional items that are in the syllabus that are actually required. I'm required to have these in here, but you can read through that. The value of an associate's degree, some institutional policies on attendance, communication. These are all just things, again, I have to have in here. All right, so that is the syllabus. Now, let me take a look at those BioSig verification assignments. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this, and here they are. So it shows each of the assignments, and it shows the due dates, and then you click on the assignment and you go through it. Now, I'm not going to go through it here. I'm going to show you in a second where the instructions for that are. Okay, so for the BioSigs, if you go to Files, Course Files, here's the How-To BioSig. So that shows you how to do the BioSig. You can probably click on that assignment and follow it, but just in case you get stuck, here's where you can go. Okay, so let me see what I want to do here next. We've done the syllabus, showed you where the BioSigs are done. Now, let's go ahead and look at your course, where you go to do your homework. So this is the main link out of Canvas that'll take you to what's called My Labs, My Lab and Mastering. Okay, so first time you get here, you know what? I'm going to do a quick pause of this video, and I'll. Okay, back to this. So this is the place that you go to do all your homework and quizzes and your exams. So just to be clear, it's a very separate place than Canvas. Canvas is where we communicate. Click on this link here. This is where you go to do all your work, where you go to learn. So first time you're here, if you already have an account, you'll just sign in. So if you took Math 1324 online last semester, even within the last year, you should have an account. But I'm going to assume that you are a new student at this point. So you'll click on Student, and then you know what? I need to provide you here with a course ID. So you're ready to register here. Okay, so we're going to register now. First thing you need is the professor ID. Let me get that real quick. Okay, so I'm going to give you the course ID. You're going to put that in here. That should be contained in an email I sent to you. So this is the actual course ID for your course. It's my last name, DiGiovanni, 30917. You click on Continue, and then you're going to use your existing account if you already have a Pearson account, or you can create a new one. So when you create a new one, you're going to put in all this information. So what I think I will do is see if I can make up one real quick. Now I can't do it. Okay, so once you do this, let me do this. You'll have to go through all this information, then click Continue. I'm going to go back. I'm going to sign in with my current account. Okay. And then it's going to give you a couple of options here. So you actually have three options as to how to get into the course. First one is to use an access code. Now, an access code would be something that you would go and buy in the Northwest Vista College bookstore. It's like a little pamphlet, and you open it up, and there's a code in there. You put that. You click here if you have that code. Now, the cheaper way of doing it is to just use a credit card. So you click on this, you put in all your credit card information, and then you'll be in the course. Now, if for some reason you're waiting on money, you can also get temporary access for 14 days by clicking here. And then I think every time you sign in, it's going to tell you how many days you have left on your temporary account. But be sure that you do either come back in and do the credit card payment or the access code before that 14 days expires, because if the 14 days expires, then all the work that you've done is going to get lost. So I've had students have that problem. Make sure you understand it's up to you to get that taken care of within that 14-day period. Okay, so assuming now that you've registered and you have access, what you should be able to do now is come in and sign into the course. So I'm going to sign in here. And what you'll have is on the left-hand side, you'll have the list of courses that you're in. And this is the course right here. Now I'm coming in as an instructor, so you're going to see things here. Everything that you see here is something that you won't see on your screen. Okay, I'm continuing my course. All you're going to see is multimedia library, homework, quizzes, and tests, gradebook. So how does a student use this site? Well, it'll have a list of the assignments that are coming up. It'll give you a calendar up here where you can flip through week by week to see when things are due. Oh, you can see there I passed up something here. I've got something due on a Monday. I've got 2 assignments due there, and here I've got a couple of things due. So there's a timeline. Here it shows your progress, what you've done, recent activity. And then in here it has what's called a browser check. It's just make sure your computer is set up properly before you get into doing all your work. And then also this very important how to enter answers. This is a little tutorial that shows you how to use the math palette within this website. So like how to enter your answers correctly. Please take time to watch that if you have not done so. All right, so how does a student learn? Well, most students, what they do, and this is off of my experience, history of teaching this course with this software, most students would just go, all right, let me just look at my homework assignments. What do I have due? And right now I'm looking at just homework. I can look at just quizzes and tests. I can also look at everything, This is a real nice way to look at things. And I will also click View All on one page. This is basically the entire semester laid out sequentially. So the first thing I have is that homework attendance verification. I'm actually going to show you how that worked out. It's a one-question thing. I'm going to go in here, and here's the question you're going to get. It says, well, it's not even a question, it's a statement. I have not read the syllabus and or watched the orientation video, or I have read the syllabus and watched the orientation video. I understand the requirements. The correct answer is that you've done that and you understand the requirements. You save that. That gives you 100 on that assignment. Once you've done that assignment, now you can go back. Let's see. Look at starting homework 1. All right, so like I said, this is the way most people do this. They go in here, they say, here's my first homework. Let me look at this first problem. Okay, plant manufacturer, 50 golf clubs per day, total cost, blah, 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 blah. And a student will look at this and be like, wow, yeah, I know how to do that. And they put in an answer. They check their answer. It's wrong. The computer gives you a little bit of an idea of what, you know, a little hint. And then maybe they try again. No, still wrong. And then on the third incorrect, you can see that it actually gives you the correct answer, tells you what you answered. Click Done. And now there's this part B to this, so I'm going to click here. I'm going to check that answer. Oh, got it wrong once. That's it. Nope, didn't have that right. Part C of the problem. I guessed that one correctly. And that's it. So you can see here I have a check with a little X. This means that I got part of it right, part of it wrong. So at this point, I can save this and then move on to question 2. Now let's say on this one I have no idea what to do. Okay, so I've never seen this in my life. I have no clue. What I can do is I can go to the textbook and I can read through the textbook. It's going to take me to the section that contains this material. I can read through the section, I can look at the examples, flip the page. Look at the examples. I'm trying to see, sometimes there's interactive. I don't see anything interactive here. Sometimes there's buttons over here where you can click on little videos and stuff. So I read through the book, maybe I have a better understanding now. Oh, there's a video for this problem. So I can go in here and there will be a video of this.
In the following example, we're given 3 functions.
Let's see here. Problem very similar to this one being worked out. Okay, so it gives you a function. So this problem should be similar to the one you're doing there. Maybe not exactly, but similar. There's also view an example. View an example will allow a student to get a problem very close to this one, very, very close. And then it takes you step by step, showing you what to do. Substitute first, simplify, add, and then you got the answer. Okay, now maybe at that point, you're ready. So you go through here, you put in an answer, you get it wrong. Try again, get it wrong. Well, you thought you understood it. Get it wrong again, final check. Count it wrong, gave me the right answer. So now it's counted number 2 wrong. Okay, so I tried this problem 3 times, I got it wrong before it gave me the X. Now, notice here, and I could have done this on problem number 1, but I'm showing it to you now. I can click similar exercise. If I click similar exercise, it gives me a different problem. And now if I come in here, let me see, and I check it and I get it right, watch what happens. This wrong now becomes a right. And then I can save this and I can move on to the next problem. So the idea here is that if you have a problem, you try it 3 times before it counts it wrong. Even if you get it wrong, you can ask for a similar problem and it'll give you a new one. Now, it'll do that 4 times before it's wrong, wrong, wrong. You can't do anything about it. So you actually get, like, if you look at it that way, 4 different problems, 3 attempts at each problem. That's like 12 tries. So the homework grades should be really good because you should get so many tries at it that if you struggle with maybe you get it wrong, 3 different problems wrong, before you do that 4th one, you go to the tutoring lab, get some help. Now let's say you have a problem here, number 3, and you're sitting here, you're looking at it like, okay, you've tried different things. There's this help me solve this button. Now what that does, notice that when as soon as I clicked it, it counted it wrong. And it's now going to take me step by step through that exact problem. So this is not a similar problem. This is that one. And it's going to ask me some steps. Come on, let go. There we go. Okay, there we go. So it's saying, all right, well, what is that? And it's checking my answers through. This is not going to be part of my grade for this problem. It's just trying to help me step by step through this, seeing if I'm getting all the little steps right or not. Okay, so I close this out. Now, again, remember I said it had counted it wrong. But now what it's done, because I'd used that to help me solve it, it's created a new problem for me to do. And now I'm on my 2nd problem, and I can go ahead and try it. I can also jump around the assignment, just go straight to other problems. At any point in time, I can save it and I can leave it. I also have the Ask My Instructor button. So if I do this, click on that, it's going to send me, your instructor, an email. And all you have to tell me is, having problems with the 2nd step of this solution, blah, blah, blah. And you do not need to tell me what the problem is, because it's going to not only tell me what the problem is here, but it's going to actually send me a link that will bring this problem up. So that's a very convenient way to get help in the class. Then you can also click print, where you can print just that question out, maybe take it to work with you or to a friend that can help you, or you can print the entire assignment out, go to the tutoring lab, figure it all out, and then come back and put your answers in later. So that's how people do their homework and kind of learn as they go. I better stay on the pad, better save this before I leave. There we go. Now, let's look at the difference between a homework and a quiz. For a quiz, when I bring up a quiz, what you'll see is that it says, look, you've done this quiz 0 of 3 times, ready to start. So you get 3 tries at each quiz. And I'll show you what the difference is here once we get in here. Notice it's a green, kind of a green screen. There's no help on the side here. You can't click any buttons. You put in answers, and you go to the next question. You don't know if you got it right or wrong. You don't know. So you go through all the questions. Let me see how many problems there are here. There's only 6 problems on this quiz. Once you've done all the problems, you submit the quiz. It's warning me I haven't answered some problems. As soon as I'm done with the quiz, it shows me what I got right and wrong. Now, the X means I put in an answer, but I didn't. It was wrong. The X with the parentheses means I didn't even answer it. The check in the X meant I got part of it right, part of it wrong. This is my overall grade. So of the 3 times I'm allowed to take the quiz, I got a pretty poor grade on the first one. So I probably want to come in here and take that quiz again. You can see I've done it 1 of 3 times. So I do it again. Now my recommendation to you is that as you move through the semester, do each quiz no more than twice. Save your 3rd attempt for the very end of the semester, because after exam 3, I will reopen all old quizzes and homework sets for you to improve your grade. But if you've done the quizzes 3 times already, you will not be allowed to go back in. All right, so 3 tries is all you get for the whole semester. Save 1 attempt for later, if that makes sense. Now let me show you an exam. Exams and quizzes are identical. The only difference is you only get 1 shot at this. Okay, so you put in your answers, you move on. Notice exam 1 covers quiz 1 and quiz 2. So what that means is that the problems that make up quiz 1, the problems that make up quiz 2 are used to create exam 1. So what I do, the way I actually work this out, let me show you the big picture. Okay, quiz 1 comes from these 3 homeworks. So I take problems from these homeworks, I put them on a quiz. I take problems, not all of them, problems from these homeworks, I put them on quiz 2. So quiz 1 and quiz 2 come from homework problems. Then the exam problems come from these 2 quizzes. So theoretically, if you've done the homework correctly and you've done the quizzes, then by the time you get to the exam, you've seen a problem similar to every exam problem at least twice, which means that there's no surprises. And that's the way it works for the entire semester. All right, a little word about exam 2. Exam 2 covers everything, okay? Everything, all the way to the beginning of class. But exam 4 only covers from the midterm on. So from homework 14 on is what's covered on the final. So once you get to exam 2, once you get past that, this material's in the past now. All right, so that's your homework and quizzes. Your grade book is where all your grades will be shown. And there's an important link here within your grades called review. So let's say that it's like 2 months from now, and you want to go back and you want to look at your quiz 1. And you want to see, okay, not only what you got, but you want to review the quiz. You can actually come in here and take a look at, what you got wrong, to see where you need to go and work on your studying. Now, you can also go back and review homeworks. And what's cool about this is when you go to review a homework, notice it says, because I'm in the grade book, changes that I make will not affect my score. So I can actually go back and practice without it affecting my score. But I have to go in through the grade book for that to happen. So I can come back here, even though I got this one right, number 2, I can come back in here and I should have been able to ask for a new, oh, okay, I guess I can't. I thought I'd be able to ask for a different exercise. I think because it's not past due, I can't do it. But you can come back in here and review by looking at your grades, by going through the grade book. Okay, multimedia library. This is just another way to access your textbook. So I can look at specific chapters, specific sections. I can look at just the textbook. I can look at any PowerPoints or just the videos for the book, whatever I want. If I just want to see the videos for that section of the book, then it will slowly bring it up. So this is your ebook here. There they are. In fact, all of these videos are actually if you open this textbook up, which you can do by looking at this right here, if you look at this section, example 1, out of the book, that's the video for example 1. And so all the videos for this course are the videos of every example in the book being worked out, just FYI. All right, so this is it. I mean, this is all I really wanted to show you here, because remember, these are the only things you're going to see. These are all going to be gone whenever you go in as a student. This is where you go to do your work. So let me get back to Canvas now. Let's look at a couple of other things here. We've covered the video, covered the syllabus. This is where we go to do the work, cover the biosig. Discussions. We do have a discussion board. You can ask each other questions, ask me questions. I have 2 different types of discussions. Course questions where you'd be like, hey, what was the deal on the cheat sheet again? Or math questions where you would actually come here and post questions to fellow students or myself trying to get help. All I ask is that if you do post something here and you want my feedback, just send me a text message or an email that says, hey, I put something out there on discussion board. I'm going to get an email anyway letting me know, but sometimes I don't get them till the end of the day. So text me if it's urgent. All right, then you have the files. So we're almost done here. Files, I showed you, this is a little help for the biosig thing. I told you about the table of contents for the binder. Here it is. Download it. Open this sucker up. This should be the first page of your binder. Put your name, the course. You should have the administrative section. So I expect to see tabs in your binder. There should be a total of 6 tabs. You have your error log and cheat sheets. I'll show you what the error log is in a minute. Cheat sheets, you're going to use those on your test. Section 2, handwritten homework. You do not have to print out the homework problems, just your handwritten work. So as you're working through your homework, I'm hoping you're going to be writing things down with paper and pencil. Just keep that all together, put it in order, and that'll be counted as bonus. Now, your quizzes have to be written down. Again, do not need them printed out, just the work. And then label them and separate them so I can go back through and look at them. Next section, handwritten exam reviews. Again, clearly labeled and separated, has to be in here. And then the handwritten exam. So when you do your exams at home, you want to make sure you write everything down, all the problems, all your work. Well, you don't have to write down the problems, just the work for the problems. Label that work, separate it out, put that in the binder. And then if you get on the discussion board and you're posting things, you're asking for help, you're helping other students out, if you make copies of those, put them in here, that'll also count as bonus in the class. So a couple of opportunities for bonus here: homework, handwritten homework, and discussion postings. So print this out, put it as your first page of your binder. And then you have what's called the Internet Error Log. The computer is very picky about answers. You know, you forget a comma, it's going to count it wrong. So instead of calling me or emailing me with, you know, all these different issues, what I do is I give you an opportunity to just track everything. You know, if on homework 3, number 4, you forgot a comma, tell me that. I'll go back in at the end of the semester and I will adjust the grade. If you need to, you can print out, you know, another one of these or 5 of them. However many errors you have, just keep track of them, and I will make the adjustments at the end of the semester. So you might have to wait for a little while, but you will eventually get that grade fixed. All right. See, people, this is just a way to contact others in the class. If you want to try and send an email to someone, you can here. If you want to know who your classmates are, just like I said earlier, don't be bugging each other. And then assignments. This is the BioSig. These are those BioSig assignments. Just another way to get to them. Okay, that's it. That's the orientation for this course. I hope that that's enough to get you started. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me through Canvas email, or you saw my text number, my cell phone number. You can text me or call me. I hope to have a good semester. Do not hesitate to reach out. Remember, there's really no such thing as a stupid question when it comes to math. Sometimes it's just the littlest things that you overlook, and then, hey, once you got that down, you move on. I don't think I have anything else for you. Let's have a good semester.